Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Summer. If you're not new here, then you already know. But today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. This is what it looks like. So if that's something that interests you guys, then let's just keep watching. So I already started with moisturizing my face before putting on my makeup. You want to do that because it'll moisturize everything and get a nice smooth natural canvas before putting on any makeup. And then the next thing that I'm going to go in with is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I love this stuff. It's a dupe for the Tatcha Putty Primer as well. So just get that all over. I like this because it really fills in all your pores and really blurs everything. And then the next thing I'm going to go in with is foundation. Right now, since I obviously have a self-tan, I have to go in with my darkest foundation, which I'm almost out of, so I cut it open. But it's the Morphe Fluidity Foundation, and I have this in the shade F260. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put that on my face, but I'm just going to put it on the outer parts of my face. I'm just doing that because I go in with a lighter foundation for the rest of my face. I like my skin to be really bright and glowy. I don't want to be too tan. I want my body to be tan, but I don't like my face to be tan. And then I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. Right now I'm using the Real Techniques one. Works just as good in my opinion. And I'm going to just pat all that out. Yesterday was Valentine's Day and I tried to film a get ready with me for it, but halfway through filming I realized that my video stopped. So that didn't quite work out, but that's okay. Today I'll just be doing my everyday makeup, which will be a lot more useful for other people. The look I did yesterday was full on pink and not a lot of people feel comfortable wearing pink. So that's kind of also why I have a little bit of pink left over on my eye from yesterday. So as you can see, that really evened out my skin tone and made my body match my face. And next I'm going to go in with something just a little bit more bright, and for that I actually use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the color 2N1 Desert Beige. I really wish that this one had a pump because it has about this much left in it, but it's like the hardest thing to get out because you just have to sit there and shake it. So I just go in and put this one on the center of my face, on my nose, on the sides of my nose, a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit above my lip too. And then I go in with the Beauty Blender again and I just pat that out. I'm also going to go in with a brighter concealer to even more bring light to the center of my face. For concealer, I'm going to be going in with the Born This Way concealer in the color Almond. This one's really, really light, and so it brings in a lot of brightness. I'm just going to go ahead and put that underneath the eye like that. A little bit on the nose, on the forehead, above the lip, and on the chin. Basically everywhere I put the foundation. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pat it out. And for that I use the pointier side of the sponge just to give you a little bit more precision. I'm sorry if I keep looking down, my mirror's down here and this is my first makeup tutorial, so I'm getting kind of used to the setup. And I love the Born This Way concealer. I think I like it better than Shape Tape. Shape Tape's just a little bit too thick for me and I can never get a good shade. The medium is too dark for me, and then the medium neutral I think it is, or the shade right before that, that one's just too yellow or too pink. And I like a very neutral concealer. And then for my concealer to set it, I always go in with this right when I get done putting my concealer on so it doesn't have time to crease. I use the Dragon Beauty Transformation Powder. I just mix the two, the pink and the yellow, like I said, to get a neutral tone. And this really does instant face tune, like Nikita says. She's not lying. And then this is where I would do my eyebrows next. Typically I do them right after this step, but for the video I did do them beforehand to save time. So the next step that I'm going to go in with is the powder that I use to set my whole face, and for that I'm going to use the It by Pores Illumination. I just go ahead and set everything. And then I'm going to go in with a new product that I actually just got. It's the Airspun Loose face powder. I just used it for the first time yesterday and I absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna do that again today. I kind of just bake with it a little bit, but I don't really like to bake for too long. So I just take a little bit in the lid and then I take my beauty blender again and I just stamp it right underneath my eyes. And I really, really, really push it in. And take a little bit, go right there too, just like I did with the Dragon Beauty Powder. And like I said, I don't like to bake for a long time, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and wipe it off right now, just right away. And that will really smooth out the under eye and prevent any creasing. And then I'm gonna go in with my bronzer to start my contouring. And for that I use the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. I just go in with a small brush like this, and I just tap tap. And a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, and it's perfect color for contouring. I do it slowly. It's better to start out slow and add product little by little than it is to go in with a heavy hand and try to blend all that out. A little bit on the forehead, on the jawline. And then I go in with a bronzer to actually add more color and shimmer to my face. And this one's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Bronzer in the color Beach. This one has a little bit of shimmer to it. So this one actually just goes on my cheeks to add a little bit of a glow. A little bit on the forehead. And then I'm gonna be going in with my blush. The blush that I use right now is the Tarte blush in the color Party. It has 3 A's, so I'm gonna pronounce it Party. And then I take a nice fluffy blush brush. I don't know any of my brushes. I'm sorry that I haven't named any of them. I've had them all for years. That's what I've kind of noticed about brushes, is that you always go for the tried and true. Anytime I try and get new brushes, I swear they don't ever work as good as my OGs. I kind of go a little heavy with blush. And then I put a little on my nose, a little on the chin, put a little bit too much on my nose, so if that happens to you, I would just take your powder brush and blend it out. And then the last step for the face is actually gonna just be highlight. So for highlight, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Amrezi highlight. I love, love this one. So I just put that on the tops of my cheeks. And I'll add a little bit more too once I set my face with a setting mist, and I'll just add that to the tops of my cheeks and it'll really amplify. But I kind of just dust that on, and I'm just using a nice fluffy brush on the tip of the nose, above the lip, on the chin, and then I kind of just finish off dusting on my cheeks. So that's actually it for the face. So now we can go in with the eyes. For an everyday eyeshadow look, I typically either go in with my Concealer palette, and I just use the shades Tanacon and Diet Root Beer. They just look like this. So they're just nice browns. And then if I don't go into something like that, and maybe I want to do something a little more fun, then I use my Huda Beauty New Nude palette, and I just use the colors Tickle and Secret. I kind of just mix all of them because they're all really, they work all really well together, but I use the color Tickle, Secret, Teddy, sometimes even a little bit of Spanked to add a little bit more pink if I want. Today I'll be using the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, and I'm gonna just go in with that color, like I said, Tickle, the first one. Nice thing about this palette is that you can mix them all together and make a really nice look no matter what, and they're all very cohesive. So for an everyday eyeshadow look, I usually just kind of slap it all around like this. And it depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll add a lid color. Most of the time it's just the crease color and then some mascara. Sometimes it's even the crease color with some liquid eyeliner and some mascara. Today I'll probably put on a wing just because me and my fiance are going on a date and I know he really likes it when I do a wing. So now I think I'll go in with into Secret, that other color I showed you. And then maybe a little bit of the Teddy, and then I think that'll be good for the eyeshadow on the top part, and then we'll go on to the bottom. I'm really, really messy with the eyeshadow. I feel like that's the easiest way to blend. It's just to kind of circular motions, windshield wiper motions, and you really don't put too much on the brush, but I do a very, very light hand. That's why I hold the brush at the bottom of it, because then you can kind of just, you never put too much pressure. And then I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush like this, and I think I'm just gonna go into the color Tickle and Teddy, mix the two of those, and I'm gonna put those just right underneath my eye. And again, I'm super messy with this underneath my eye just because I have really long under eyelashes, and so when I put on mascara, this pretty much just gets hidden, so it's nice to really, really smoke it out. And then you can really notice it. And I always connect it to this little, where my eyeshadow is on my crease, it goes out to here, and I always connect that together. Then I'm gonna go in with my liquid eyeliner. The only liquid eyeliner that I use, and the only one that I swear by, is the L'Oreal Linear Intense in the color black. I've used this one since I was 16 years old, and I can never switch to anything else. Anytime I try and buy another liquid eyeliner, I just can't do it.
Sorry about the mirror, I have to hold up to my face for this one step. Doing liquid eyeliner from far away probably wouldn't be that easy.
Since I've been doing my eyeliner for years too, I really make it look easy, but I know a lot of people struggle with this, so I can definitely do a video on it. Kind of just my technique on how I always get a perfect wing every time, and even wing too, because I know that it's also really hard to get. You have one thick one and then one thin one, or one maybe going a little bit more straight and then one going a little bit more angled. And there you go. Those look pretty good. The thing that I go in with is mascara. I don't really ever use false eyelashes, especially on an everyday basis. If I do use eyelashes, it's maybe on a holiday, but even then, I just don't prefer them. I just use the Superhero It Cosmetics mascara. This is, again, my all-time fave and the only mascara that I use. I do actually, I guess, also like the L'Oreal Voluminous if I was gonna have to choose a different mascara, but this is the tried and true. I just buy it when it's on sale, so that's a little tip, is that they always have this one on sale at Ulta randomly. So like for Black Friday, or like they do that, I think it's like 12 days of beauty, or maybe it's 20 days of beauty, but each day is a different thing on sale. Well, one of the days always is usually one of these. And then I just buy when they're like $12. So then it's like buying a regular price mascara, because I know it is a little bit pricey, but it really, really makes a big difference in my eyelashes. I'll go ahead and finish this off camera, and I'll come back when I'm done.
You look so good, baby. Ugh.
You're sweet, honey. Alright, so that is with mascara. As I've always said, mascara makes a huge, huge difference. Pulls the whole thing together. But now I'm going to go in with lip liner. I use the, for everyday, I use the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in the color Beige Babe. I also use the shade Nude Whisper. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. Today I think I'm going to go for the darker one. This stuff's super creamy, and I honestly just use this as my full lip color. Sometimes I don't even put lipstick on. I also had a chapstick on before. I was using the Palmer's Cocoa Butter chapstick. Love this one. So now I'm just gonna go in and line my lips, and I'm gonna overdraw just a little bit. I just go over just a little bit, and then I rub them together because I have a little bit of lip mask still left, and that kind of just spreads it out. So now I'm just gonna go in with my setting spray. I use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Pretty much just drench myself in it. And then I take my beauty blender to kind of smooth everything out, and I just go over everything. Just like that. And then I take my highlight again, as I mentioned before, just to add a little bit more pop. I take the highlight, the Amresty palette highlight. I take the same brush, just a little bit on it, and I add it just to the apples of the cheeks. I don't know if you guys can see, but really adds that pop. So this is the finished makeup look, as you guys saw in the beginning. I do this every day when I'm going anywhere. It usually only takes me about 15 minutes, when I'm not doing it on camera. But I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe as well. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye.